Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your July 2024 mid-month general reading. We're looking at the last half of July 2024, and this reading is for our lovely twins, the air sign of Gemini. Welcome, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. Thanks so much for being here. Always a blessing to be able to be here doing this. You are part of that blessing, so I always like to say thank you. So thank you. So, Gemini, if your sun, moon, rising, or Venus sign is in Gemini, this video is for you. If you're cross-watching for a Gemini, this video is also relevant. It may resonate a little differently for everyone who watches. It's a general reading. Take what resonates and leave the rest behind. And if you know any or all of your other sign placements, sun, moon, rising, Venus, watch those as well for any additional insight or perspective that they can provide. And if something really does hit home, if it really resonates with you, you'd like to maybe take a deeper look at it, or you simply like the reading style, if you're interested in a personal reading with me for yourself or as a gift for someone else, please email me at Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. You can see that by clicking the description of this video. I'd love to hear from you, and I can usually get back to you pretty quickly within the same day or within 24 hours with more information. I do offer a wide variety of readings, all areas of life, different types, lengths, costs, styles, spreads. I try to include something in there for everyone, and I'm pretty diligent about the timely scheduling of readings too. So email me if you're interested. Okay, for those of you who want to know, like to know, I am using the Royal Deluxe Tarot, clarifying with the Gilded Tarot, both by Cyril Marchetti. Let's see what the last half of July looks like for Gemini. We begin with the King of Coins, or Pentacles, the King of Earth. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Showing up as a king, could be female, it's a general reading. The King of Earth. Probably a solid person, practical, generous, worked hard to get that way, likes good things. Sometimes can be a little stubborn, but we all have our little character defects. With the King of Coins, the Two of Cups, a beautiful union, soulmate, kindred spirit energy here. It might not be a romantic love energy. It could be best friends, familial, could be even work. I mean, the Two of Cups can show up in any area of life. It fundamentally represents a great union for karmic purposes of growth and evolvement. It doesn't necessarily mean that you physically share your life path together for the rest of your lives, but there is a lot of growth and evolvement to be and evolving to be gotten here, so that's why there's a karmic connection. Next, we have the Eight of Coins, hard work, the Fool. A chance to start over, a chance to start fresh. A new path, a brand new path is opening up. With the Fool has the 0, right? Why? Because the Fool is the very first major arcana card. This is where a whole cycle of the tarot begins. The first card is the Fool, the last card is the World. All the cards in between them represent different phases of life we go through. We go through many different cycles in our lives. So the Fool can represent a new start. Completely stepping out of your comfort zone, taking a risk. Other people might think it's nuts. You might think you're nuts. But the Fool never walks paths he or she has walked before. It's a new adventure, a new discovery here. Might be seen as a little bit foolish, and in fact it might be. There might be aspects of it. However, the nice thing is that it's paired with the Eight of Coins, which represents that nose to the grindstone. Why? Cautious, detailed, putting the work in because you're building up a solid, stable foundation for yourself. And it's right next to also the King of Coins. Building a life together, being in alignment with each other on the things that matter. Again, doesn't necessarily need to be romantic, could be best friends, could be work, but it's very karmically connected. Here we have the Four of Wands, happy home, marriage, weddings, social events that include friends and family, the harmony and balance of a home and the celebration of that, unexpected blessings and happy surprises. Seven of Wands, defending, standing up for, believing in, guarding, protecting. From the from the bottom of the deck, the overall energy and focus, Gemini is the sun, the most positive card in the tarot, in my opinion, particularly in its ability to influence, right? Just like the real sun, when it comes out, it shines over everything and affects everyone. Light, love, warmth, laughter, illumination, growth. So too does the sun when it comes out in a tarot spread. It affects all the other cards in a significant way too. Elevating positive energy, kind of lessening or softening any challenging energy, and it's all pretty much positive here. Feels like somebody, I mean, so this doesn't have to be love and romance. I think for many of you it is. I feel like, well, there's definitely a relationship or a union in here, a partnership of some kind. There's an opportunity to start on a brand new path. This may be with a brand new person coming in. Somebody perhaps relatively new, or somebody could be that you've been dating for a while on the romantic love front. They're willing to put the work in. The two of you share common interests and common values. They're willing to put the work in. There is the possibility and potential of marriage, or that proposal here as well. For others of you, it might not be about a relationship itself, but it might be in another area of life. There's an opportunity to work on something that puts you on a brand new path. It might be new work. It might be a new job, new business. It might involve traveling or relocating. Some of you, it may involve an actual property itself, like getting into your first home, building your first home, renovating a home, buying your first home, the actual property itself. There's a sense of careful, calculated risk involved here. Like the Fool, I mean, there's automatically risk involved with the Fool, because there's a kind of an implied idea here that while you may even have a kind of an idea of the direction you're going in, you're not quite sure how the path is going to unfold, and that always carries a number of risks, right? It's all about getting out of your comfort zone. But I like the fact that it's paired with this Eight of Coins, because it means detail-oriented, careful, cautious work and investment and energy too. So, I mean, it's just a beautiful reading. I could leave it there, but I never do. So let's peel it back a bit. Let's take a look at that sun. Boy, you're feeling good. The Eight of Wands. Fast-moving communication, travel. Might be travel for some of you involved in this as well, or moving of a certain kind. We have the Four of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles, but there's a sense of reflection, taking stock, taking inventory before you make up your mind, looking at what you have invested in and asking yourself, is it worth tweaking anything, building, growing it, leaving it as it is, or should I take what I can and move forward? This may be for those of you, I mean, there's an offer or opportunity here, but sometimes the Four of Cups can represent a sense of apathy or complacency in an already current situation. Could be relationship, job, whatever. It might not even be all that great a relationship or job, but you're used to it. It's the familiar. So there's a new offer or opportunity coming in here, fast moving, probably would require action of some kind. But some of you may be taking a look at what you're already in or what you already have and asking yourself, do I need to do this? This may have already happened for some of you. I mean, this is a general reading, and timing always being a little fluid. It may be that some of you are just kind of already transitioning through this. Some of you are going through it right now. Let's take a look at that King of Coins or Earth and the Two of Cups. The Two of Wands, choices, decisions. The Ten of Pentacles or Earth, long-term security and stability. This person, whether it's a romantic person, this King of Coins, male or female, whether this is a romantic situation or not, I think for many of you it is, or at least there's a relationship central here. The offer or opportunity itself carries a lot of potential and promise for long-term security and stability. For example, for those of you for whom this is a love offer, romantic offer, this person is solid. They're willing to put the effort in. They're willing to put the time, the effort, the commitment in, and not turn away from that and not vary. They're solid. Take it to the bank kind of solid, right? Which makes me wonder why some of you are questioning it. Some of you might be involved already in another relationship or another situation, especially if it's a work offer or something like that. And while it might not be the greatest, at least it's familiar, it's known. There's a sense of not knowing, not being entirely sure what you should do. Let's take a look at that Eight of Coins, the Fool. Ace of Pentacles or Ace of Coins, the Ace of Earth, a practical new beginning, a new job, a new project, moving, relocating, a combination of all of those things. The Four of Wands again. Might be a marriage proposal for some of you, moving, relocating, or again, the house, the property. It might be moving, relocating, traveling because of work. The Lovers, the Nine of Swords. It's pretty clear here that a significant decision is going to have to be made that's going to impact the lives of people. A primary relationship. It might even be a third-party situation or relationship, like you're choosing between two people, and of course it's going to cause pain to somebody. The Nine of Swords is stress, anxiety, fear, worry of an unknown future, which is kind of part and parcel of that Fool energy. Be careful not to let it overwhelm you. Be careful not to let your fears about an unknown future kind of paralyze you or become bigger in your head than they actually really are. Let's take a look at that Four of Wands, Seven of Wands. For those of you for whom this might be a third-party love situation, it may be that your other partner, perhaps your current partner, is wanting to hold on to the relationship. We have the Hierophant. Now look, with the Hierophant and the Four of Wands, this is marriage, right? This is a traditional commitment, a traditional marriage. In terms of practical matters like a house property itself, it would be like a mortgage with the bank. The Chariot. There's challenges, strength, and the Five of Swords. This is kind of like, in order to move forward on this, you have to ask yourself, is it going to be worth the costs, the consequences, the challenges? Am I willing to go for this at all costs, whatever the costs are? Because, interesting, similar to Libra's, I think it was Libra's reading, the Five of Swords is a card of winning at all costs. It's often a challenging or negative card, but not always. It represents somebody who is so focused on what they want or on what's being offered that they'll do anything to get it, no matter what. No matter what the costs are, whether the costs are small or whether the costs are big. Relationships, doesn't matter. And strength represents facing your fears, your doubts, your insecurities, and taking a very clear, unadulterated, honest look at yourself, your own motives, your own being, right? I think that this choice, this opportunity presents some interesting challenges. In the love and romance area, those challenges might be saying no to somebody else and that causing a great deal of pain or fallout. Either way you look at it, whatever area of life this is, Gemini, and whatever the costs are, it's going to have an impact on more than just you. So, of course, the advice would be to be cautious and think about it. Maybe get some advice. Advice, guidance, feedback from Spirit. But what's being offered here does look very good. First card of advice, the Hanging Man. Take your time to think about this. Let it play out. See how the other sides, the other parties, talk to people, see how it plays out, because this is about hanging upside down, which can be uncomfortable, but you get a different perspective and you see things in a different way. You gain knowledge before you take action, right? Ace of Cups, new love and romance, or an opportunity which has the beginning to become very emotionally fulfilling. Two of Swords, Knight of Swords. It's a tough decision. I think some of the consequences of this would be tough. So you have to ask yourself, do you really want this? What is it about this you really want? Take a look at the best that could happen, the worst that could happen, and ask yourself if you're willing to accept the potential consequences moving forward. Justice and the Empress. For those of you that do, this would be a good partnership, a partnership in alignment with the things that matter most to you. It can be in work and career about taking a leadership position and kind of balancing creativity, fertility, with being fair and equitable. Could be about being a kind, compassionate, and just leader as well. That might resonate more for those of you for whom this might be a work, career, opportunity, or situation. All right, I'm going to leave it there, Gemini. Those are your messages for the last half of July 2024. I hope that for those of you for whom they were relevant and resonated, that it was helpful and useful for you, validating, or even just gave you some food for thought. Again, if it did hit home, if it did resonate, if this was your reading, or you simply like the reading style, if you're interested in a personal reading with me for yourself as a gift for someone else, please email me, Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. You can see that by clicking the description of this video. I will see you all in a couple of weeks for the August general readings. I do post every couple of weeks. In the meantime, stay safe and well. Hope to see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.